Once upon a time, in the peaceful village of Willowbrook, there lived a curious little squirrel named Nutty. Nutty was not like the other squirrels who were busy collecting acorns for the winter. Instead, he was always reading books about magic and dreaming of adventure. One day, as Nutty was exploring the attic of his kind, old grandmother's cottage, he stumbled upon a dusty, old pot. It was heavy and looked quite ordinary. But as Nutty gazed at the pot, he noticed strange engravings circling its rim. Being the curious squirrel he was, Nutty decided to take the pot to Sage, the wise turtle, who lived by the creek. "Sage, have a look at this pot I found," Nutty exclaimed, placing it gently in front of the turtle. Sage peered at the engravings through his tiny round spectacles and smiled knowingly. "Ah, young Nutty," he chuckled, "this is the legendary self-cooking magic pot." Nutty's eyes grew wide with excitement. Sage explained, "Just say the magic words, kukulutzaza, and think about what you wish to eat. The pot will conjure up a meal in no time." Overjoyed, Nutty thanked Sage and hurried back to his treehouse. Eager to try out the magic, Nutty placed the pot on his table, took a deep breath, and chanted, "Kukulutzaza." He closed his eyes and thought of the most delicious walnut stew, a dish his grandmother used to make. To his amazement, the pot started to bubble and steam, and within moments, the aroma of walnut stew filled the air. Nutty couldn't believe his nose. He tasted a spoonful, and it was just as delicious as he remembered. He was so excited that he decided to invite all his friends for a feast. Word about the magical pot spread quickly through Willowbrook, and soon, all the animals in the village wanted to taste Nutty's magical meals. Each evening, Nutty would think of new, delightful recipes, filling bellies with hearty meals and hearts with joy. Everything was perfect until one day, while trying to conjure a giant peanut butter sandwich, Nutty accidentally dropped a peanut into the pot. To his surprise, the pot started dancing and spinning wildly. "Oh no!" Nutty shouted, as the pot wobbled around the kitchen. Frantically, he tried to remember if Sage had mentioned anything about peanuts. Just then, Sage arrived at the door. Hearing the commotion, he smiled and said, "Ah, Nutty, you've discovered the pot's mischievous side. To calm it, simply say, 'Rest, nest, simmer slow,' and it will stop its jig." Relieved, Nutty repeated the words, and the pot gradually settled down. From that day on, Nutty learned to be more careful and respectful of the magic pot. The self-cooking magic pot became a source of wonder and happiness for all in Willowbrook. Nutty's kitchen became the heart of the village, where stories were shared, laughter echoed, and where every dish was seasoned with a sprinkle of magic and a dash of love. And so, Nutty the squirrel and his magical pot became a treasured symbol of friendship and the joys of culinary adventures in Willowbrook, and they all lived happily ever after.